Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much. It was great talks. I actually learned a lot about what's happening in Birmingham and West Vancouver. It's really important when you deal with things that could go wrong, and the previous speakers talked about it, and speakers throughout the last few days have talked about planning ahead, and there's a lot of things you can do to plan ahead, and I think all of us as leaders do that regularly, and you can turn a negative into a positive by that planning, and there's a lot of things that impact police agencies across the board, but I'm going to talk about a specific example that happened in Winnipeg just a couple of months ago, and how we had planned ahead of time to be able to deal with this in a very effective way. This first slide here, this is a press conference. The fellow in the middle is Evan Maud. He's a local from Winnipeg. The person on his left is his uncle, and the person on the right is his aunt. And what Evan did is he decided to call this press conference. He talked to the media, I guess, through his uncle, who was actually a leader in one of the Northern Community Reserves. He's a counselor. And they decided to go public and talk about an incident that Evan reported happened to him by the Winnipeg Police Service. Didn't talk to the police service, didn't report any incident to the police service. First we heard about it is on the evening news. And what he talked about is something called a Starlight Tour. And a Starlight Tour actually became quite famous, and I'll talk about it a little bit later about what happened in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan a number of years ago. And really what it relates to is police officers allegedly picking up people that are intoxicated, bringing them outside the city and dropping them off in an abandoned area or an area that they don't have help, and make them walk back to the service or to the city. And with Evan, after he did this comment or this press release, there was a lot of CBC quotes, and I'll read them. One of them is, "My family is appalled and sickened by the barbaric tactics used by the City of Winnipeg Police Department." That's Joseph Maud, his uncle. Another one, "I'd like to say I'm surprised by it, but I'm not. If anything, my reaction is one of relief that Evan has had the courage to come forward." This is University of Manitoba professor Elizabeth Comack, who, by the way, had been researching Starlight Tours in Winnipeg for some time, had commented in the paper that really believes these might have happened in the past, and she's got some anonymous tips about it, so it must have happened. And so she made those comments as well. Another one, "My nephew told the officer to take him to the drunk tank. The officer took his winter jacket and told Evan to run. The officers followed close behind him, threatening to taser him. All through this time, Evan was having a hard time to breathe. He was falling and stumbling. Finally, the cruiser leaves him to make his own way back to the city." And really what Evan said was, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning in the north end part of Winnipeg. He had a few to drink. He was walking along the sidewalk, and a police unit pulled up beside him and called him over to the car. Started talking, giving racial slurs